From Tech TV, welcome to Panorama. I'm your hostess, Ghada Hamadani. Pageants have a huge purpose in today's societies. It's not only traditional competition that has focused on judging and ranking the physical attributes of the contestants, but it became the main platform for female empowering. Today in the studio, I have our proudly Canadian and globally well-known guest, the National Director and President of Mrs. Universe Canada and Mrs. Universe Venezuela for 2020, Mr. Asphandiar Wadiwalla, and the proposed delegates competing for the finalists of Mrs. Universe Canada 2020. Welcome, Mr. Asphandiar.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I would say good afternoon, bonjour Canada and Mrs. Universe. It's an honor and pleasure to be once again on Tech TV. Last whole year we were with you nearly 6 times. So this year this is the first, because we have just started our Mrs. Universe, which is the biggest platform globally, and we are really proud, and you are the part of my team, the core team, that we have brought this to Canada. It's honor to Canada and all of us, and I would like to congratulate all our delegate elects.
Yes. Could you please brief us on this platform? We see it's like the name of Canada and Venezuela and the same, it's like at the same line.
We are privileged to have 2 countries. We are truly proud because both the countries are really powerful in the pageant industry. Venezuela has given much better results than Canada as far as the winning is concerned, but our country is no less behind. We are coming up very well. Our ladies are really enlightened with the pageant industry, because I'm doing and others are also doing since last so many years. Now let me give you a brief about Mrs. Universe. Mrs. Universe was originally owned by a very well-known politician of USA, but they sold that pageant during 2007. And the present owners have continued and have really worked very hard, and they are from Sofia, Bulgaria. It's a privilege and honor for myself that I represented Myanmar at Mrs. Universe in 2015 by sending our winner of Commonwealth from USA. She did very well, and in the final results she was among the first top 5s, as she has also won our platform, and I'm really proud of it. And since then we were striving to get Mrs. Universe to Canada, and finally it was in our luck during 2020 to get Mrs. Universe as at the same time for Canada and Venezuela.
So how do you assess this platform this year, 2020?
I'm very hopeful. Last week we selected, or rather inducted, our delegates. We have a very talented 9 delegates who would be competing for the finalists and the first runner-up. But that is a long way to go. Prior to that, we'll be doing lots of grooming, lots of promotional activities. As you know, how hard we work and how we groom our ladies. And we have started doing it. We are on the move, and God willing, by the time of finalist selection, they all will be shining stars.
Absolutely. Okay, now I'll move to Venita. Welcome, Venita and Tina.
Thank you.
Yeah, so would you brief us on about yourselves, like introduce yourself to us?
Sure, my pleasure. I'm a social worker by profession. I'm a coach and a consultant. My entire life I've spent working in the field of anti-violence and anti-bullying, and that is based on my own personal experience. I come from an immigrant family, and my parents came here when I was born, and I was bullied quite a bit in school, and I faced a lot of oppression and challenges. So I've spent my life and my career sort of working on helping people to mediate and negotiate conflicts so that it doesn't become violent. So I've done lots of different work in that area.
What made you participate in this, big platform?
This is the largest platform in the world, in the universe, I should say. So it is really quite a remarkable opportunity, a chance for me to express my views, to raise awareness about women's empowerment, about the things that really the world needs today, is to have a kinder world, a world where there's peace, where there's love, where people come to understand each other. And I think a pageant is an opportunity where all countries compete, and there's an opportunity for dialogue and global decision making, and a way to kind of work together to negotiate things.
Okay, Tina, what about yourself? Introduce yourself first, please.
I come here like in 2001, and after I come here, I have a child. I have 2 children. My son is 17 years old. My daughter is 11 years old. So actually, at the beginning, most of the time, I just stayed at home, take care of my kids. But when my kids grew up, I said I wanted to do something. Because my husband have business here, so then I started help my husband business, and actually we have quite a good business here, and thanks God, and right now I found like, because I from the family from my childhood, I have some like very tough experience, and this tough experience have influence in my heart, and I need to clean out this influence, and so I started to know some women psychology lessons. So I more understand how the women feel. So I started to because I successfully clean out myself, I understand the women more than before, and I also start to read some article, share with the women about the family, about how women, the depression, to go through the depression, and also the child education, and how to be parents. So I read a lot of articles, I share with the people, and touch the people's hearts. And when they read my article, they think they just tell story about themselves. So it's my article really go into the heart. So that's why I come here. Maybe from this platform, I want more people hear my story and share my article with the people.
Tina, what does participation means to you?
This participation, on the one hand, I want to show my 2 kids, my son and my daughter, and let them know, Mom, try even at the age, it's maybe in the people's eyes, it's not a young age with 2 kids, but they still have a chance to show up themselves and show their heart, show their talent, and show power to the people. That's another hand is just like I said before, I want to share my story and to touch the people's heart and help them go through a difficult time to, to the happy life. Yeah, that's.
Vanita.
Yes.
If you win, what would you like to do?
Well, for me, I have to say this is a very humbling experience. I never thought that somebody like me would ever be in this situation, because my whole life I've had low self-esteem. I never thought I was beautiful. I live with disabilities, and I was bullied for my looks. And so for me to empower other women to say, even if you have disabilities, even if you're an older woman, I'm 41 years old, it doesn't matter. It could still be you. I really want to help people to see their own beauty, because we're all beautiful, all shapes, colors, sizes, everything. It's not about that. It comes from the heart. When you're a good person and you try to do good things, I think that beauty comes outwards.
Definitely.
Absolutely. After the break, we'll meet with another 2 of the delegates. Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, welcome Mr. Asphandiar, and welcome Judith and Andrea. Okay, Mr. Asphandiar, could you please tell us what functions are taking place in the upcoming months?
Ghada, you are aware, this is the 2nd year you are working with me, shoulder to shoulder. on the platforms of women empowerment and pageant industry. So how many events and promotions we did last year, you're fully aware because you were present with me, about 95% of the events we did. So we do our level best, rather we work very hard, and we want them to be shining stars when they are ready to go abroad. Whoever is selected as a finalist, all will be ready. It will help them on other platforms also to say how well we have groomed them. Because many platforms, they announce the names and all that, but grooming is not that important to them. They just have fun evenings and that's all, but grooming is quite low. The standards are not that high. But as we are an international platform, so it is mandatory for us to follow the manual, and with our experience, because I'm also an international certified judge for the pageant, and I represented Canada on many foreign soils. So we do our best to give the best image to our delegates.
Judith, what made you decide to join this platform?
I have had 3 pageants at the local level, and I wanted to challenge myself with an international level and to grow from there. I think it's important.
Yeah, thank you. Andrea, introduce yourself, please.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be on the show. My name is Andrea Thompson. I'm an elementary school teacher. I'm also a, I don't want to say the name, but I'm also a director of the Queen's Program in Toronto, and also a drama and dance teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So
My
from
plate
a
is
teacher
full.
to the pageant industry, so...
I've always competed in pageants,
Okay.
and it was my honor when I saw the notification. I was like, you know what? I really want to compete on a more prestigious level. I feel as a woman of color, now more doors are being opened for us, and that opportunity with also our Miss Universe, which is also a woman of color. I thought, you know what? I should go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are you going to say to your students when they're going to see you? It's like,
Oh,
TV
actually, a few of
then-
them know already because they follow me on social media, and they're really intrigued because they see that, you know what, you put your mind to something and you're going for it and you're taking a step forward, and they're actually very, very inspired.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, so they're looking forward to the journey.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you feel when you see the reaction of your students?
You know what, it makes me feel so, words can't even express, because I've always told them, like, whatever you dream, go for it. Like, don't limit yourself to what you can do. If there's something that you desire that you want to do, go for it. If you want to be the next president, so I always teach them that and try to instill in them that value that you can be whoever you desire to be. So when they see me stepping out there and doing that, it also motivates them to do the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you very much. And after the break, we'll meet another 2 ladies of the delegate of Mrs. Universe. One more time with Mrs. Universe, Canada and Venezuela 2020. Welcome, Mr. Asphandiar.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, Mr. Asphandiar, with the current world situation, what's some of your remarks?
Ghada, you are aware that the world is tense since the time we have discovered COVID-19 virus, which originated from China. First, we could identify the patients in China, but now majority of the world countries like Iran, Singapore, Hong Kong, and even Egypt has been paralyzed, and the flights and the economy is badly disturbing. Till last week, Canada had just 5 identified patients, but till yesterday we have got 24, which is a very, very alarming situation, and we are trying to influence our government to immediately stop flights coming from China, Hong Kong, Iran, Egypt, to save the Canadians of this virus. It's a deadly virus. There is no cure as of yet, so we have to take precautions, and they say in the proverb, precaution is better than cure. So we all pray to Lord Almighty that we may have a breakthrough soon, and we may overcome the challenge of this virus and save lots of people are dying, and it's a huge number. In China there are 80,000 patients. So we pray for everybody's peace and healthy
How
life.
that would affect the platform?
The platform, there are so many platforms which were having their events around April, May and June. they have been postponed further. You won't believe schools in Japan has been closed till April, end of April. The flight, our Air Canada flight has also been cancelled to China. But their regional airlines are still touching the Pearson airport, and each flight carries a patient of COVID-19, which is a concern for each and every Canadian because it's affecting our economy. The stock markets, the financial institutions are showing a downfall since last week, and it is an alarming situation. Our government should take some strong actions to save the Canadians.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And our prayers are with everyone.
Okay, back to Nina and Mariam. So please introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, my name is Nina. My work is office work. I do office work, and I have a YouTube channel. I do vloggers like about my life, like everyday routine, and I do makeup. Also, like so many things about social life. And I'm a modeling also. I do model. I like to know about fashion more and more, and this is my goals.
Okay, Nina, what do you say to the girls who would like to participate in such pageants?
I would like to tell them, go for your dream, never stop, nothing is possible. You always can do whatever you want to do, but you have to go for it. Don't feel yourself down. You always feel yourself like up, you're perfect. You just do it. Nobody's better than you. Everybody is equal, so you can do it. And it's a good opportunity also to do that for girls and ladies.
Mariam, to you, introduce yourself, please.
First, thank you so much for inviting here today. My name is Mariam, and I'm married. I have 3 children. You know how it's so busy to have 3 children, but you know, I always motivate myself to do what I'm dreaming for. Also, I love art. That's why I choose my career to be a hairdresser and also makeup artist. So to work with a color and make people beautiful, and always believe everyone pretty inside. So this beauty could come outside as well, but just need the way, or to know the way.
Yeah, being a delegate, and it's like such a huge platform. So what do you feel? How do you feel?
At the beginning, I feel scared, but also I feel motivated. You know, why not? I could try it, and I could present Canada, and to find the time to pursue my dream. Why not? I would be happy to be Miss Universe 2020 and be motivation for all the women who has children and busy in their life.
Nina, if you win the title, what would you do to, give back to Canada?
Canada is my first country. That's what I believe. Canada give a lot for us, especially when we came in. I grew up in Canada, so I would like first thing, the important thing for me is to help the sick people, because nowadays, sick people, they need our help. Some of them, they don't have money to buy the medicine or something, or they don't have families. We see some of them sleeping on the street. They don't have even house. So I would like to look forward for these people and help them as much as I can.
Thank you. After the break, we'll meet another delegates from Mrs. Universe. Welcome again. Mr. Asphandiar, so what impact has the pageant towards women's empowerment from your long experience in this field? It's over 10 years, right?
No, it's 11 years.
11? Yeah.
I've celebrated my decade last year. Today I've started with the new decade, the 11th year. The impact is really great, and that is making me do every year. You know, we do for passion, for the women empowerment. We change the woman entirely. When they come just for interviews, they are a normal day-to-day life woman. Maybe the category of Mrs. They are more domesticated with their normal lives and all that stuff. But once they come on our platform, we groom them step by step, and they start facing the challenges, build confidence in themselves, and they turn out to be really polished gems.
Yeah. Welcome, Alicia. Hi. Introduce yourself, please, to the audience.
Hello, my name is Alicia Jolly. I'm 27 years old. I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada. Currently, I work with children. I teach at the Toronto Kids Modeling Academy. So I train kids 3 to 13 on confidence and poise. Also, I do modeling. I dabble in that a little bit, along with I study acting.
And if you win, what would you like to do?
If I won, what I would like to do with the title is I would actually like to be a mentor. I've had a very, I'd say, traumatic past between the age of 10 and 21. So I feel like I could be a voice for a lot of people that don't have voices. And I would just like for people to find themselves and find self-love.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Asphandiar, so I realize that you have women from different fields. So what do you say to the audience?
I would give first and foremost, I would tell them to have confidence in themselves. You have got a very big responsibility over your heads. Always think that you are going to represent our country, Canada. So you have to be really, really disciplined, whoever goes abroad. So prove your worth and show to the world that we are Canadians. We have come to spread love and peace. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for being with us today. Welcome back with the whole team of Mrs. Universe Canada 2020. One of you is going to get the title of Mrs. Canada and going to compete with about 90 countries all over the world. We hope this time Canada comes with the title and wish you all the best. Mr. Asphandiar, all the best. I know it's a long journey, but you always handle it.
Thank you, Ghada. You being the part of my team, our team. And I would also like to thank Panorama Weekly Talk Show, management of TAG TV, all my delegates who have come, taken out special time on a weekday to be here with us. It's our promotion. It's our second promotion since in last 10 days. And we wish them and wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Long live Canada.
And up until next time, have a good night.